view from the city of Hudson. We're on the Hudson River. And we had this freighter coming down. I'm going to put the information in. I looked at it and can't remember what the name of it was. But I'll put it in the description. He's coming down out of Albany. Or I think they call ships hers. So she's coming down out of Albany, pushing against a east wind, and an incoming tide. And as you've heard me say in the past, the Hudson River is the longest tidal estuary in the world. Tidal estuary is about 160 miles, I believe it is. It goes from the Atlantic Ocean to the Federal Lock in Troy, New York. The Hudson River continues on from the Federal Lock up to Teardrop in the Clouds in the Adirondacks. That's where they trace the headwaters to. This vessel's got a full belly. She's right down to the red line, water line. I looked on the information on marine traffic app, which you can download. There's an app called Marine Traffic. I suggest you download it. You can get this information like I do, free of charge. There is a paid portion to it, but this vessel is doing about 10 knots. They can go a little faster this time of year because all the pleasure boats are not tied up at these docks anymore. You see this? Where's my finger? Those docks over there. There's usually pleasure boats docked up through there, and there's floating docks in the water, so they have to go slow through here because of wake. Where I'm standing is the old ferry slips. So these were ferries. There's one here and one over there. And these ferries used to take people across to Catskill and Athens. Catskill's down that way, around the bend, past that high wire, and Athens is directly across. You can see some shore points there at Athens. There's another building in Athens. But when they built the Rip Van Winkle Bridge, which is not in view, the ferries were no longer needed and put them out of business. Speaking of Athens, if you watch the movie War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, a lot of that movie was filmed there. The street scene where everybody's getting vaporized, yeah, that was filmed in Athens. And if you do watch that movie, when the railroad cars come through and they're on fire, that's all computer generated. There's no railroad going through Athens. But when the alien ship comes over the hill, that hill is right there. You can see those electric towers. You'll see those in that movie. That is the Hudson Athens Lighthouse. And that is managed by the U.S. Coast Guard. Whew, it's windy and cold here. Okay, we're going to be quiet. We're going to let this ship do its thing. This vessel is a Liberian flagged ship. And I'll put in the description after of where it's headed. So we also have here an active loading dock. We got a tugboat there, and a barge. And they are loading crushed hard rock. Generally crushed hard rock for road base and asphalt. That gets loaded here and then from a local mine and then barged to wherever it's going to go. This ship is displacing a lot of water. That whole section of hull that's under the water, below the water line, is displacing water, which pushes it out as the vessel goes by, and it can cause large suction, and then waves that come in afterwards to fill the void of the displacement. See the big bulb on the front? That moves the water away from the bow and gives the ship a more dynamic in the water. All right, you can see the water going out here. That's displacement. You can see the water line there. That's how much it's dropped since this vessel's gone by. And then that water will rush back in. So it dropped the water here a foot. There it comes. You can watch it rush back in. You can see the water's right back up to the water line again. That's an excellent visual of what displacement is. And you can see this tugboat here. He now has himself pushing against the dock right there because of the displacement. He doesn't want to get caught up in it. We'll see how this reacts. You can see the tugboat getting pulled out. And that is surely from displacement. He's pushing himself against the barge again. You can see how that displacement works. It really pushed that tugboat out. He got caught up in that pretty good. So theoretically, this barge, it's tied right there, could have been pulled off the cleats. These are the Catskill Mountains here. The legend of Rip Van Winkle. So this lighthouse here, the Hudson Athens lighthouse, that marks this island here. This island is all dredgings from when they opened up the river for deep channel ships. That lighthouse is built on wood pilings, and they're afraid that it's going to fall in because the soil's getting pulled away from the pilings, exposing them to the currents. tug's pulling off. I think he might be lashing onto this. I'm gonna take it. The city of Hudson, New York, was known for Henry Hudson came up here, and up around that bend is where he made landfall. Stats Landing. It's also a big whaling city. They would bring the whales up here on the ships, render them down for their products, oil being one of them. The other was whale bone. Whale bones were used in a lot of products. Combs, corsets, collar stays. Nothing about the whale went to waste. Then it was known for manufacturing and bootlegging, prostitution, and crime. And I would say some of that is under control today, but not all of it. Let's put it that way. There's a lot of money here on the weekends. A lot of rich clientele come up here for the weekends, and then that money goes away on a Sunday. Other than that, there's no money here during the week. I'm going to end this video here. Because I am freezing. I want to wish you all happy Thanksgiving. If you're in the States, we'll catch you on the next one. Hudson Valley Rail, River, and Air is out.